Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about The Old Guard. The Old Guard is a 2020 action based on the 2017 comic book by Greg Rucka and Leandro Fernandez. I'm not too sure about the comic book, I haven't read it, but it does look pretty interesting. Directed by Gina Prince Bythewood. She hasn't done anything crazy, but there are some interesting looking movies there I'd like to revisit one day. The actors are also pretty good. Charlize Theron, Kiki Lane, Harry Melling, Chiwetel Ejiofor, I'm butchering these names, Matthias Schoenaerts, Luca Marinelli, Marwan Kenzari, Veronica Ngo. Charlize Theron is pretty big actress. Mad Max, Hancock, Atomic Blonde, A Million Ways to Die in the West, Snow White and the Huntsman, even Fast X. It seems like everyone in the fucking world is in Fast X, bro. What is this movie? Harry Melling you can see in The Queen's Gambit. Chiwetel is from 2 Years a Slave, 2012, The Martian, the new Venom movie apparently, even the live-action Lion King. Matthias you can find in the Django series. I had no idea there was a series. What? And Marwan you can also see in the live-action Aladdin. I do want to watch that movie. Everyone else is in minor movies or nothing interesting enough to bring up there's a lot of people in this movie, okay? Cool, so what's the movie about? Right away there is some gore. We see a military team that seem to be gunned down with a bunch of bullet holes and fatal wounds. Great start to this movie. Alright, so we meet mercenary team leader Andy going to see an old CIA buddy, Booker. So far, these are your typical action stars, ex-military, great fighters, speaks multiple languages, doesn't want to be seen in the background of photos. Cool. The team, which we will elaborate on in a bit, consists of Andy, Booker, Joey, and Nikki. They're on a mission, and I forget what they're doing exactly, but doesn't matter, I promise. They bring medieval longswords and axes with them. Very strange, I don't know why you would bring a knife to a gunfight in this day and age, but okay. So they make it inside wherever they need to be, and oh shit, it's a trap. Like 20 guys gun them down, and they're all killed. Plot twist, the team wake back up, heal themselves, like fucking Wolverine, and kill everyone back. They refer to themselves as immortals. It's not a title, officially, they're just immortal people. So they revive themselves from death and they heal very quickly, it seems. The team find out that the mission was a setup because someone knows that they have this power and they wanted to gather some evidence. They do circle back to this, don't worry. Next up, we follow Nile, an American soldier who dies in combat. She wakes up back at camp with no scars, and this does, of course, freak everyone out. Meanwhile, Andy and her team dream about her, and they say that she's one of them. So it looks like whatever power that they have is randomly passed on to others or is unlocked in some way every now and then. And according to them, every 200 years, and Nile is next. Andy breaks into the military compound and kidnaps Nile. How? She's just fucking badass. That's how. I don't ask questions, okay? So now Nile has just accepted that she's immortal, kind of. So she meets the team and we hear some backstory. So yes, Nile is the newest immortal person in the group and nobody here can die. This means that they can't age either, and some of these guys have been alive for a while. More on that in a bit. This explains the swords and the shit that they brought with them earlier. Still kind of a gimmick to wield a giant sword, but I guess if you were in the fucking medieval times and you used a sword, keep the sword, bro. I'm not going to complain. Joey and Nikki are together as a gay couple. They met as early as the Crusades, which could range from 1090 AD to 1200 AD, 1300 AD, so they're a few hundred years old at least. Andy was apparently the first among them, and she found everyone. We do see a flashback from her, and she was using swords and bows and arrows. Because I'm a nerd, I did some digging, and we can comfortably put that scene in the Iron Age or the medieval times. The Iron Age is 1200 to 550 BC. Medieval is 500 to 1500 AD. So Andy is at least 1,000 years old, or at most 3,000 years old. Maybe even older, but there's no evidence there. But damn, okay. It is also revealed that some immortals that they've met before have died. Eventually, they just stop healing, apparently. Very interesting. Finally, Andy talks about an old friend, possibly girlfriend, Quinn. Andy met Quinn before anyone else in the team. They were together for a while until they both got captured. Quinn unfortunately got trapped at the bottom of the ocean, drowning over and over again for eternity. That shit is brutal. Holy crap. So this whole conversation explains a lot and sets up a bunch of rules of the universe. They're immortal. Niall is also immortal now. Fantastic. Unfortunately, the conversation is cut short because the church they're hiding in is attacked. I'm calling Joey and Nikki from now on the couple because they're always together and they're a couple. So the couple get captured and are being escorted away. The couple have this horrible scene, one of them confessing their love to the other and then making out, which wouldn't be a problem unless it was in a truck while they were captured in front of dozens of soldiers. So it actually would have been a cute scene, but in the context, it was just so uncomfortable. Why at that very moment did they need to do that? The couple reach Stephen Merrick. Stephen is behind all of this and is basically a rich dude pushing some scientific breakthroughs. He cured cancer, apparently. Fucking show off. And this is Stephen's latest endeavor to use the immortality to figure out how to sell it. So it's a rich guy that on the surface is doing good, but he's really doing it all about the money. Fair enough. Oh yeah, this guy is Copley. He was the one who set Andy up in the first place. He sees the couple being tortured, so now he suddenly has a change of heart and is against the research. Fair enough. During preparations to rescue the couple, Andy sees that an early injury she has not healed. Okay, shit, she's mortal now. Oh, okay, anyway, she fights like nothing has changed, so let's ignore that fact altogether. Booker tells Niall about his troubles being immortal. He had 3 sons, and because he's immortal, they grew old and he watched them all die. That's the biggest argument against being immortal, side story, and it's a tale as old as time, no pun intended. The remaining squad goes to rescue the couple, but Niall doesn't want to shoot anyone. She says that she killed someone when she died, so now she is totally against killing. Okay, so she sits out and is basically the driver waiting outside. Fucking pussy. Plot twist, it turns out that Booker was a mole and was feeding Merrick information. He lets Andy get captured, and he himself gets captured. Nice one. Meanwhile, they confront Copley, but he's actually a huge fan. In the creepiest and tinfoil-hattest way possible, he did research all about Andy. For example, her saving someone in 1916. Then that person had children and a grandchild. That grandchild invented the cure for, like, penicillin or diabetes or something. According to him, wow, look at all the good Andy has done. Pause. I have a few problems with this. I understand he's talking about the butterfly effect. Do one good thing and it will snowball, and now it's a great thing later. But just because I smile at someone, oh, that doesn't make them kill themselves. I am a saint. I can also call someone an asshole, and it won't affect them at all. This is such a far reach in saying that Andy has done good things. Also, Andy has participated in many wars. From her flashback alone, she's just in a few wars. But how many wars? How many people? Countless people. Thousands. Millions of people. Copley is a complete idiot. I know why this is in the movie. He's winning them over. He believes in what they do. But what he's saying is utter nonsense. Anyway, Nell comes back and rescues the gang. Now they're all free. In their escape, there's a bunch more action scenes. I have to mention this. Andy blocks a bullet with the fire axe. Seriously, not only is Andy mortal, but the immortals never had any special powers to begin with, like super strength. So how can she suddenly do that? It's just dumb. It just doesn't make any sense. In the end, everyone escapes alive. The main baddie is defeated. Copley convinced the team, and he's now their scout or middleman. I can't remember the exact name. He's basically going to cover their tracks and give them missions. This is the same guy who set them up and betrayed them just a few days ago, by the way. Nice one, boys. They also exile Booker for 100 years for stabbing them all in the back. That's not even long in their time, honestly, but fair enough. It's not too long, but it's 100 years. Shit. In the epilogue, plot twist, Booker stumbles across Quinn, who looks like she has escaped her underwater prison after all this time. Boom! They set up a sequel. And one just dropped. Like, I don't know how long ago, but it just dropped. And that's the movie. First of all, glaring question, what are these people? Are they vampires? Are they mutants? They don't have super strength. They just have incredible healing and regenerative abilities. This question is never answered, which is actually nice because it leaves it up to interpretation. They're just called immortal. Fair enough. The story is fine. It's your typical team of soldiers, but with the twist that they can't be killed. I say typical as in the choreography is the same as every other action movie. They do have some team members killed often though, so when they come back to life, it is unique. It is weird, but it's cool. The writing is a bit stale. A lot of it just doesn't make any sense. Copley betrayed them by setting everyone up, but wait, don't experiment on them. This is unethical. Guys, I can explain. I've stalked you for years and you've technically done some good things. Oh, by the way, my wife died and I want to cure diseases with your help at one point. Also, do you want me to work for you guys? All right, cool, let's team up. Pick a lane. It's so messy, especially with Copley, but generally, it's just a bit messy. Just clean up would be fine, you know? Everyone else is fine. I can't complain about the logic of immortality because it's pretty simple. You can't die. Full stop. The love scene with the couple, unfortunately, is in the worst situation, which makes it very uncomfortable to watch. I'm absolutely down for gay representation in movies. We definitely need more of that, but not like this, man. Not like this. They also made one of the only black characters fatherless. Yeah, Niall's father died when she was 11. I would be laughing if I didn't realize how bad that sounded. But I'm also all about breaking stereotypes, like giving most of the leads to women. Along with the gay representation, that's great. This movie is actually trying, you know? Last but not least, the soundtrack is really cliche and annoying. Like they just finished killing people and the song is like, I'm a warrior or something like that. It's just lame. It really, go write your own scores, boys. It's not that hard. So overall, I give this movie a 7 out of 10. Despite some of the bad writing and the weird characters, the story is actually pretty interesting. Immortal soldiers are in hiding because they're too OP. That's an oversimplification, but you know what I mean. Not a bad movie. It could have been way worse. So I think they did a good job. Side rant, I'm watching The Old Guard 1 because The Old Guard 2 just came out. I did mention that earlier. I'll finish this review first because I want to review them separately. I hope to have some of the same cast so my research can be done a little bit easier, so I can keep the pictures and I can keep all the links, you know. We're obviously going to see Quinn more. That's cool. I'm hyped. I'm just excited, you know. Right, I'm off to watch it. And when the sequel comes out, I will link that in here. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.